Who taught you to fight like this? You shall die, worm.
Well, hello there. This is 0rfeus's, and I don't know about you guys, but where I'm from, it sure has been raining a lot lately, and according to some of those TV weather wizards, it's not gonna change anytime soon, and that means it's time to cover yourself up in a blanket or a duvet. Make yourself a good hot tea with several drops of lemon in it and play some Gwent. I mean, what else could one possibly do? For today, I decided to do a monster deck that everyone's been playing a lot lately. It's on everyone's minds, it's discussed on the forums, it's on the front pages of fashion magazines. Well, you get the picture. To be honest with you, I am a little confused about this craziness, as 6 weeks ago, approximately when the season of the Viper started, almost nobody had been playing monsters, at least in pro rank. And if so, it usually was Death's Shadow or occasionally Fruits of Isgith. And even though there were some Blood-Scent Orianas out there, there sure was not that many of them, so the sheer number of players doing and discussing Blood-Scent monster decks when no changes had been applied whatsoever is pretty surprising. Nonetheless, I decided to prepare my own version of a Blood-Scent deck today. And since I know that several of you, my friends out there, are quite familiar with these kind of decks, I would like to ask you about your general opinion, not only about the deck I'm just about to show you, but about the state of vampire decks right now as a whole. The reason I decided to go Blood-Scent today is threefold. Firstly, like I said, this deck is an ongoing meme, it's talked about a lot, it's being played a lot, and it's like everyone is giving it a go, for the good or for the bad. Secondly, there are several versions of competitive Blood-Scent decks out there. Some of them include Irden or Igni, some of them have Living Armor and Karantir. I've even seen Keltulis getting some love. I've decided to go with Korathi Heatwave, as it is probably a little more versatile card than Irden. And as for Living Armor and Karantir, that deck, in my humble opinion, is a lot more draw dependent than an average Blood-Scent deck, so I just tried to stay a little on the safe side here. I mean, this deck already do possess an extraordinary number of gold cards. Maybe the sheer number of gold cards here is why Blood-Scent decks could appear so alluring at the moment, but then again, that means that every now and then you will run out of your luck and your draw would not be playable. So I guess that's the reason I usually prefer to play a little less draw dependent decks. And the third reason why I decided to go with this deck may sound a little silly. Playing this deck actually made me realize a lot of things about the style I'm playing the game, the Gwent, as a whole, because this deck, with its number of golden cards that can even act quite independently of each other, is in a way about decision making. Pretty much like the Shoop Monsters deck I already showed you, but unlike that deck, this one at the moment is pure meta. And when a deck becomes meta, a lot of playable versions of it appear online, and that usually means that anyone can adjust the deck to his or hers particular needs. So if you don't like Korathi here, just drop it. Use something else, like one of the cards I mentioned already. Give it a few games, and afterwards you'll not only be able to counter most of the Blood-Scent decks out there on an almost regular basis, you'll also learn something about yourself as a player, about your weak points, and on the other hand, about your strong points. You know, It all matters when it comes to being the very best, like no one ever was. Anyways, I learned about myself that my first round play has a lot of space for improvement, and on the other hand, I'm actually quite strong in long second or third round plays. A short third round plays though are my Achilles heel, to be honest with you. If you come across me in rankeds, please don't do a short third round, pretty please. Especially if you've been saving this get innate all game long. When it comes to specific cards of this deck, I don't wanna bore you. You are all probably very well aware of their abilities, and if you are not, you can easily search those up either online or even in the Gwent's deck builder. Like I said, not that many of essential combos in here, as many of these cards can act independently. Just make sure to protect your Oriana with the Cave Troll, and make sure that you have an adequate number of bleed targets so that she can boost herself up a little. So guys, come and join me on a joyride that this deck is supposed to be. Hold on to your seats, and I guess it's the time for
Any last words?
well, Mystic Echoes Scoia'taels. This is gonna be a hard one. We will have to hope he will overcome it in the first round, but we don't need Artifact Destroyer here, and we don't need a single Plummet in our hand. He got the red coins, so yeah, I'm kinda glad one of the Broken voters is out of the way. So he's like saving Percival, shoot them back for the third round. I guess I would like to have a Karate for that. Well, anyway, let's start building our empire slowly. A minor, yeah, it's a full harmony deck.
Beasts below. I don't know which is worse. Got a hearty hankering.
Interesting. A lot of dwarves for a harmony deck, but then again, he could have draw like cards he didn't want to, but yeah, this is gonna be hard. I suppose it's not gonna be very reactive, so I really don't need a defender, probably.
I'm so tired.
I'm gonna continue here with Ikern. Just to push him a little out of his way, because obviously. Alright, should I go Ozra right away? Should I? Yeah, let's do it. Because I got this feeling he like has really good cards in his hand, and I would like obviously for him to get rid of those. Here comes Barnabas Beckenbauer.
I think you'll really like this one.
12 points ahead. Alright, let's go with Goliath. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Nine points ahead. I can use Striga. Yeah, let's use Ada. And I'm probably passing unless... oh! A bad choice. I'll go with the defender. And let's see how that works out. Because obviously, while playing Harmony, perfect.
Has anyone seen me, Parrot?
That's absolutely perfect because we are going into the second round with a card advantage. And he has Percival out of the way. He should have used it like right away and this situation would never happen, but he didn't, and he's kinda a little cornered at the moment. I'm passing. And I'll hope for either Royal Decree or at least Oriana in my hand, because otherwise we are kinda screwed as well. But then again, we have a card advantage. That's good. But it doesn't mean we've already won. Oriana, perfect, and Gael. I don't need Bomb Heaver. Alright, so we're missing Katakan and the Beast. That's unfortunate, but still. We'll start, obviously, with Endrega Larva.
I am the forest, and the forest is me.
Was it so plowing, crummy and Nilfgaard?
Well, using Korathi on Figis Merluzzo is waste of Korathi. But then again, if he will not give me any other option, then that's probably the approach I'm gonna go with.
While you still stand.
I have to destroy Figis here. Unfortunate, but it's the only option. Really? Alright. He's going to destroy Braxa, I think. Well... This is his last card, and well, let's see here. We don't need to count actually, but I think we got this. I think we got this because of the card advantage. And oh my god, we don't have dominance. Unfortunate. But then again, it was a very close game. But the card advantage managed to give us the edge over the Mystic Echo Scoia'taels, which is one of the hardest matchup, I would say, at the moment. So playing a long first round actually worked out very well for us. Well, Harmony Scoia'taels is kinda always a hard matchup. In my opinion, the best thing you can do, especially when he got the red coin, is to go for a longer first round so that you can disrupt his gameplay at least a little. In this match we've just played, I suppose he was a little greedy saving the gnome, Percival Schuttenbach, you know, Topaz, Ruby, Sapphire, any you desire card. He was saving him for the third round play, and this actually cost him the game, because if it weren't for the card disadvantage, he would have very probably won. He did good though, saving the Trained Hawk card for his last play. On the other hand, I think it was kinda obvious that he wanted to use this card on my Oriana, and if he would have won as well. But we managed to dodge his attempts on Oriana's life and emerge to victorious. So guys, please let me know in the comments what do you think about Blood Sand monsters in general. Are they a viable pick, or are monster players mostly just waiting for the Master Mirror expansion to come out? Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. If you wanna see more of these videos, please subscribe, and with that being said, this is 0rfeus, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye bye.